Hi everyone, it's Lisa Galarno. I'm an activist in Washington State. I wanted to put out some guidance today for how we can assist with the Elizabeth Warren campaign. As you can see, we have President Elizabeth Warren trending, which is something that we're really hoping to continue. We've also had some other hashtags related to the media blackout and other problems with the campaign. But I just wanted to show you how I go about helping to support efforts like this. Obviously, you can check any hashtag. It's very useful to just look at, what the top hashtags are. And also what the top activity is. You can also look at the latest activity. You can also look at people who are supporting this hashtag or associated with it. You can also look at photos and videos. So typically what I do every morning is I just start out by looking at what the trending tags are, what sort of activity we have. We have tags like Warren 2020, which is another tag that's very helpful to take a look at and something that we could potentially get trending. So typically what I'll do is retweet. You can retweet, of course, with a comment. The thing about retweeting with a comment is that you can add additional hashtags. And if you just start typing, you're able to see what the different hashtags are. So we have Warren for the win. We have just Warren. We have Warren Media Blackout. Now, the reason why this is useful is because it keeps information in those hashtags, and that's the best way for us to keep the hashtags full of positive, informative information so that you're able to relay things that you find in other places to new hashtags. You can also obviously add your own comments, whatever you'd like to say. You can even add little GIF images or other kinds of images. People like to do things like, they agree with something. Here's one, for instance. And you can just do things like that, which are a little more fun and add a little more interest to your tweets. Sometimes what I like to do is to take a look at the latest. You can see we have a ton of people here who are now trying to amplify Elizabeth Warren, and there are some very interesting groups working on this. So the other thing that you can, of course, do, which makes it very helpful, is to follow accounts that are doing things that you find interesting or helpful. I sometimes run out of the ability to find accounts, but you can also click the little bell right there, and then when you go over to your stream, there are certain things that will now be prioritized. And you will get certain alerts on your phone. So I find that having a healthy stream like this works really well if you're following the right sorts of people and you're literally just able to go to home. And then you can retweet things, you can reply to things, you can also copy links to tweets and you can put them elsewhere. You can send things via direct message. You can also add tweets to your bookmarks, which for me is a good way of keeping track of tweets that I think are particularly good that I'd like to be able to amplify later. You can obviously go into any person's Twitter stream, tweet stream, you could call it. And in this case, of course, Warren is trying to raise money, so we can retweet that. I could have added other hashtags, which would put that information in those other hashtags, which can be very helpful, but I didn't do so in that particular case. So keeping the focus on particular hashtags is quite important. So if we take a look at some of the other ones, let's take a look at Warren for the win. A lot of people are also using that hashtag, and that's something that can just be explored in this way and amplified. I created a video yesterday that I put out, and it's gotten a fair amount of attention. It's a comparison of Trump and Elizabeth Warren over the decades, using quotes and images from their history. We also did a lot of work yesterday on the Warren media blackout, and this is, still an issue we're confronting because they have been trying to systematically leave her out. In part because that's not what the billionaires want. So there are lots of things that you can do. I always suggest looking at the latest to see, what's going on and whether or not there's anything helpful. I find it very helpful to share things that have, tangible data like this. So in this particular case, this poll here has listed a lot of the other candidates, but they're leaving Warren out. So we're trying to draw attention to those issues. What I'm planning to do is put out a video like this every day. I will tell you which hashtags we're working on, and you can of course always follow me, and you will find lots of things to retweet. I do a lot of different kinds of work, but I definitely have a focus on helping amplify and elevate Elizabeth Warren right now, and I hope you do too. So I'm going to try to put another video like this out tomorrow. Please let me know if this has been helpful or if you have any other questions. Thank you so much.